everyone, welcome back. This is episode 26 of our Madden 15 My Player. I am T Eagle, and we are headed into the playoffs. We will get some of our training out of the way for the week. We are an 85 rated overall, second string middle linebacker, undrafted free agent out of Delaware, and we are headed to the playoffs for the second time in our career. So that is pretty exciting. Guys, if you enjoy this series, please let me know by dropping a like on the videos. Please comment, please subscribe. I do enjoy seeing the thumbs up. And make sure you follow me on Twitter at B12TNEagle. And you can stay current with everything that's going on in our little gaming world. Okay, so we're going up against Tampa Bay in the wild card round of the playoffs. Now, we just played them a couple weeks ago, and they beat us down pretty good. So we have some work to do. It really is just dependent upon whether they kind of spread us out or not. It really seemed like in the first half of the first game we played them, they didn't spread us out and we shut them out. And then in the second half, I think they kind of spread us out. And the only reason I say this is because I wasn't on the field that much. So as a second string middle linebacker, obviously, if I'm not on the field, it means we're in there in some kind of dime package or maybe even a speed nickel package, something like that. So hopefully this game will be a little different, but we will see what we can do. We have Phil Simms, Jim Nance. They're giving us the pregame information. We're looking in, and not to look ahead, but you can see that New Orleans and San Fran, one of those teams will await the winner of this game. And this offense is pretty tough. So, throughout the season, you could always see stuff about the Tampa Bay offense. That being said, our defense is also pretty tough. So this should be a wonderful game, and hopefully we can come out on top and move into the next round of the playoffs. But let's get it going, and let's see what we can do as a group in Philadelphia. This game, obviously, at the link, based on our record. Tampa Bay was only 10-6, and I believe we were 12-4. So we will see. We'll get our first action here. 3 minutes, just over 3 minutes in the first quarter. Second and 13. Glennon's going to drop back, and you can see the screen kind of coming. And I was like, wasn't good. I was kind of caught out of position. Not sure why he didn't get that pass off, but we will take it. And that was just kind of show you what had happened here as we get the ball, and then we were unable to do anything with it. And then they start to break away on a punt here, but we're going to come in and clean that up. But Tampa Bay will get some pretty good starting field position right there. And as you can see, they couldn't do much with that. But now we're going to get into the second quarter. It's 2nd and 1. And, again, the blocking is pretty tough. We're not able to get the pressure on there. And, I don't know, a 3-man rush to me doesn't really bode well. But, again, we're starting to see a little bit more of these different wide receiver sets. But now they got 2 in the backfield, so they're going to try to run the ball. But no. They pass it again, but this one will get picked off. I'm just going to go up here and block this guy, but no, I can't get anything. He runs out of bounds, but we'll take the interception. It's still 0-0, so again, defensively, we're doing a good job, and now they are on our side of the field. 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Still 0-0, so again, we're just going to kind of stuff the run, keep trying to hold them as we can. You can see Martin there, 3 rushes for -5 yards, but after a couple plays of not being on the field, it is now 2nd and goal for Tampa Bay, and this is not good. I mean, we're on the 3-yard line, and they do a nice little pitch play, and we all bet on the fake to the fullback, which obviously opened up the little flip to the halfback. So we are down 7-0. Not that big of a deal, but again, we couldn't do anything offensively, so we had to punt it away, and there's a great tackle by TN Eagle on the punt coverage team. And then we were able to score, but Tampa Bay had scored a couple more times in the third quarter. And again, it was obviously I was not on the field, so couldn't do much there. But we make a nice tackle there. Still 21-7, but they have driven all the way down the field once again. So they're on the 2-yard line. We have got to come up huge here, and we're unable to do so as they score again. So, guys, I don't know. I mean, you can't give up 28 points in a playoff game and expect to win. That is for sure. And you can see we scored 14. With this offense, you got to score more than 14 points. I just have to believe that. But again, we can't give up 28 points. So, a lot of blame to be passed around, and I think it needs to be passed around to everyone on the squad, obviously, as you can see time runs out and another season down the drain pretty much. And we had such a great regular season, finishing at 12-4. Really had some dominating performances, and it didn't pan out. We couldn't do anything in the playoffs. So I don't know. It's definitely frustrating. And you can see there we finished with 4 tackles, 2 tackles for losses. So a pretty good game for us. But again, we weren't on the field a whole lot. So you can see as we had simmed forward, New England and Tom Brady did win the Super Bowl over Minnesota 31-10. So I don't know. To me, it's pretty frustrating. We will see as we had gone through the season, and I was starting to look at some of the names on offense. Like we'd gotten rid of almost all of our high-profile names on offense. Obviously, other than Shady and stuff like that. So it's going to be interesting to see what we do in this offseason as a team. As you look at some of the emails coming out, as Julius Peppers was cut. Here you see Matt Prater, he was re-signed. But I don't know. I think for us as a squad in Philadelphia, we have some definite needs to address. And it's just a matter of whether they're going to be able to do that. So there's 4 stages to the offseason. And the good thing for us is we're able to actually progress our player during each of these stages. So we will continue to do that as things are going on behind the scenes. And then you'll see some of the information come through in the transaction log, and we'll kind of scroll to the Eagles and see what's going on with us. But you can see some of these guys. I mean, we're signing people to contracts that no one's really heard of, and if we have heard of them, we know that they're not, top tier. Although there's a T.Y. Hilton signing, which hopefully will turn out to be a good signing. But some of these other guys, I don't know. Brandon Tate, Dron McMillan, E.J. Biggers, these to me are not the kind of trades or signings that we want to see, and it's not like all their money's tied up in a couple guys. So I don't know. I think going forward, we really need to keep an eye on that as an individual and see when our contract is up and what's going on. I'm not sure what you can negotiate in your signings, but as all of this is going on, you can see up in the top right that we've progressed in the offseason. We're working hard in the offseason. We've actually moved up to an 87 overall, and we've actually now overtaken Brandon Spikes for that first-string middle linebacker position. And that's important for a couple reasons. And obviously, I think for us to be able to be on the field continuously is going to be a huge advantage in our individual development. But it's also going to, I think, help us as a squad because, sometimes a computer obviously will make better tackles. But as an individual playing manually, I may be able to do some things that the computer can't. So we're going to look into some of the top stories, and you can see that TN Eagle is working on becoming a more effective leader, and they're still talking about Hall of Fame credentials for us. So we will go back in and just double check the transaction log once again, and you can see now they're looking at some of the players that they've released, and this is quite honestly a lot of the players that they had just signed. So they release a bunch, and then they sign. It's like they went out and signed a few more, and there they signed quarterback Drew Stanton. Okay, that doesn't really help us. They signed another middle linebacker since they did cut one, and another middle linebacker in Jacob Guy. So I don't know. Again, it's a little frustrating. I think as a player, is like, okay, what are we doing? What direction are we trying to go in, and what direction are we moving toward? So we'll look at a few things, but now we're going to go and look through the roster just so you can see kind of, keep in mind, this is year 2, okay? We're not 10 years down the line, but obviously we still have Shady, we still have Sproles and Foles at quarterback, but, as we move forward, there's James Casey at fullback. Now let's look at our wide receivers, okay? So obviously Macklin's gone. Jordan Matthews is there. He's only rated 74 overall. T.Y. Hilton, I think, is going to be a good signing. He's, 4th string written on the depth chart. We still have Zach Ertz, and no more of the offensive line other than Jason Kelsey is pretty much gone from what we had a couple years ago. Jason Peters being a huge absence there as you look at that. Lane Johnson has progressed nicely, I think, in the last couple years. And then defensively, this is where we need to shine. Okay, we still have our Fletcher Cox. We still have Benny Logan in there shoring up the middle of the defense. We still have Trent Cole. Trent is still going strong in his 11th year. There is Tien Eagle, and we've taken over the middle linebacker position from Brandon Spikes, and you can see we're both 87 overall rated. We're going to be pretty formidable and pretty tough to deal with. And we're going to scroll through some of our individual stats that we have. And you can see our durability, our size, obviously, is going to be pretty large. But there's our tackling. Brandon Spike's such a good tackler, but we're moving up there. We have 93 tackling. We have 86 hit power, 95 block shedding, 92 play recognition. Our speed rating is 85. Our strength is 80. Awareness 84. Acceleration rating at 85. Agility rating at 85. Finesse moves and power moves 70 and 65. We need to definitely work on those. But you can see our pursuit at 93 is definitely going to help us. And then our man and zone coverage is not that great, but certainly better than anyone else that we have on the squad. So I don't know. Right now, we're pretty excited to move into the third season and see what we can do. So our first game is going to be against Minnesota, and we will jump in to see what we can do in the next episode. Again, please like, comment, subscribe on this one, and I'll talk to you guys later.